course, I think this is very strange. Kashmir has always been part of India. And just by having this event, frankly, there's a lot of stage managing going on right now. And I think the Prime Minister and his government excel at stage management. But the fact of the matter is that the message that you're sending right now is that, yes, you come here and you'll see a lot of security. Schools are closed, right? Your schools are closed, stores are closed in a lot of places. You cannot actually take your vehicle out easily. That's what you're telling the local population. And you're telling the world that come and see, this is a tourist haven, so to speak. But it is not as if tourism started in 2019. Mind you, tourism has been going on in Kashmir for a long, long time, even in the difficult days of the 2000s, for example. We had tourism. Domestic tourists were always welcome and always coming. Now, let me ask you, we could have elections in J&K, and it could be a state in 1999, in 2002, in 2008, and 2014, but somehow magically in 2023, J&K cannot be a state? Has to be called a union territory? Suddenly. So what is so different about 2023? In some ways, we have regressed. This is not to my mind a place where you have a lot of love. Okay, there's not a lot of love right now, and that is how you actually win. You don't win by military domination in some ways. That narrative of dominate the population and then we'll figure it out. That is not, in my view, the right way to go. And by the way, this whole 2019 and suddenly now J&K really is an integral part. Mind you, it is my view, and I say, I've written about this as well. Article 370 and the federal character of that article. That is India's future. India's future is decentralization. India's future is not centralization. Article 370 is the way for everybody. The reason you see a lot of problems right now, for example, in the Northeast, is because power is centralized.
People let me jump in.
To express themselves. I think this. I personally think that there's a lot of stage management. I know, for example, Kaju Saab. I can see that he's a little. He has something in his mind, but he's a veteran diplomat. He knows it, and everybody else around here knows it. That it's not as if diplomats from foreign countries don't know what the real situation is. But the real people.
Can I say something? I'm sure Brigadier Gupta will respond. But briefly, I would say, are you mixing up two things here? And may I put to you that there could be two views on 370, on Jammu and Kashmir's sort of special status that no longer exists after the abrogation, the judicial process of review. That's one set of arguments, right? The other set of arguments is, even if today were a Manmohan Singh government, your party's government, and a G20 meet were happening in Srinagar, as Indians, we would all stand and say, we recognize that there is terrorism pushed into the valley from across the border. So we recognize that every time we have an international meet here, the security will be, by definition, and I remember this for every event that ever took place in the Congress years as well, it has to be of a greater order than it can be or would be anywhere else. Are you mixing up two issues here?
No, I'm not. I'm not. Not at all. In fact, I think, Barkha, have we forgotten, Barkha, that in 2011, you had one of the widest participation in a Panchayati Raj election in J&K's history? Have we forgotten that things were actually looking pretty good? And you could have the same event with much less security. I refuse to believe that 2011's J&K is somehow today's J&K somehow become more dangerous. If it has become more dangerous, it is because of the policies of the government. Why is it? I ask you,